Public comment: protecting human dignity, cognitive integrity, and the right to purposeful play. I submit the public comment to advocate for the protection of human dignity, cognitive integrity, psychological autonomy, and the fundamental human rights to purposeful play. Purposeful play is not a luxury, a privilege, or a trivial activity. It is a core biological and neurological function essential to healthy human development, emotional regulation, learning creativity, resilience, and social connection. Neuroscience, psychology, and human development research consistently demonstrate that play is how the human brain integrates experience, develops problem-solving ability, and sustains mental health. When individuals are subjected to chronic fear, coercion, economic insecurity, systematic oppression, excessive surveillance, punitive bureaucratic control, or prolonged stress, the brain is forced into a continuous survival state. In this condition, the neurological system responsible for curiosity, creativity, learning, emotional regulation, and play becomes suppressed. Over time, suppression causes measurable harm to cognitive functioning, emotional health, and psychological well-being. The harm is not merely emotional or circumstantial. It constitutes an infringement upon the integrity of the human brain itself. Chronic stress and coercion reshape neural pathways, diminish cognitive flexibility, weaken emotional resilience, and impair memory, learning, and reasoning capacity. When systems systematically restrict a person's ability to engage in purposeful play, they are interfering with healthy brain development and psychological autonomy. This is a human dignity issue. Human dignity requires freedom of thought, emotional and cognitive autonomy, creativity and curiosity, self-exploration and expression, psychological security. When individuals are denied these conditions through structural, economic, educational, or bureaucratic systems, their dignity is compromised. A society that suppresses play suppresses imagination, resilience, and innovation, healing, and human potential. Furthermore, international human rights framework especially explicitly recognize the right to rest, leisure, and play, particularly for children, because without play, healthy development collapses. However, the principle applies across the lifespan. Adults require purposeful play for mental health, emotional integration, creativity, and social functioning. A system that deprives people of play deprives them of psychological liberty. Therefore, I urge the policymakers, regulators, and educators, administrators, and institutional leaders to recognize purposeful play as a fundamental human and developmental need, not a luxury. Design policies that reduce coercion, chronic stress, fear-based compliance, and punitive control. Ensure that educational, economic, and social systems support curiosity, creativity, autonomy, and emotional safety. Protect cognitive liberty and psychological integrity as essential components of human rights and dignity. A healthy society is not measured solely by productivity or efficiency, but by the freedom, creativity, and emotional health and dignity of its people. Protecting purposeful play protects human development, mental health, cognitive integrity, and democratic vitality.